is a very culturally diverse place. Very interesting because every day you are learning something new. And the Indians are very interesting people, like very good people. Once you get to know them, once they open up to you, once they get to know you, they open up to you, and they make friends very easily.
Many women are illiterate in rural areas, especially in Tanjavur. Many women are illiterate. They are fully focused on their home and microcredit only. Their mind is not. It's very narrow. Their mind is not in a broad mind. They don't have a broad mind. And many women farmers also they are managing their business very well. But in generally, women farmers are very narrow. It's my
But the husbands, they're not allowed to go outside for doing business, study. So now they are doing milking is very good for their income generations.
Women make up the majority of the population here, but because of the culture, they are mostly sidelined at the background. It's the men that do a lot of talking. But as India is receiving global attention, there's emphasis on empowering the women because they play a key role in the family. And if you are able to get them empowered, then they can exert a certain level of influence in the household and also help in decision making. So as it's going on, gradually you see that things are changing. The government is focusing a lot on women empowerment to also help because they are marginalized in the society. So if they are being given the necessary support and empowerment, it helps the economy because most women are staying at home, they're not doing anything, but they have the ability to provide economic input into the family. So the woman doesn't have to maybe walk miles and go there because people are not used to the idea of women working, getting out of their home. They believe that the woman's place is in the house, in the kitchen or something like that. But it's changing gradually. You could see it. The women are becoming more interested in opportunities, in entrepreneurship program because they need money and they are mostly taking care of the young ones at home. So it's changing.
In generally, Indian women are very braveness girls, and they are very brilliant. In Tamil Nadu, one woman is the chief minister for Tamil Nadu. In India, society is restricted women to come outside and to do something. The society is very restricted to us.
But now it's changed some little bit.
But now it's better. Women can do anything here. Arohana is a profit social enterprise. We are doing for the past 5 years in Tanjavur.
Arohana Seva Foundation is a non-profit organization. So we are helping rural women for education, health, all the levels.
We have a network of operation managers, and as I said, we have local people called the activity-based group who support us in reaching out to the farmers. So they provide a collection point where the farmers in that village will bring their milk. It gets tested there, it's weighed, and it's recorded. So that after 10 days, they know exactly. So they are there, they see that, okay, I brought this liter of milk today, this is the price I'm getting for it. In 10 days' time, they come back for their money. So that is how we are operating, and we've moved from Tamil Nadu to Orissa, which is another state in India, which is also a very high poverty area. Yeah, so we are working in these rural areas where there's high poverty rates, and we are using our business model to help eradicate poverty. And also some of the projects that we do, we want to help these farmers increase milk production. So we have our veterinary doctors who once in a while goes to these farmers and then train them in proper care of the animals, of the cows. And then also we help support them to get loans to buy additional cows to increase their milk production. Because the more cows you have, the more milk you get, the more money you get. And we have, how should I put it, agreements with the financing companies and they give them very soft loans to the farmers. So it's a whole ecosystem that we are creating here. We don't just want to take the milk from them, but we want to ensure that they have proper culture, they are trained well in entrepreneurship, they are trained well in proper maintenance, so that in the long term, there will be a better yield. So for us, we get more milk, and for them, they get more money. Arohana Dairy is the social enterprise, and it has a whole subsidiary called Arohana Seva Foundation, ASF, that works in the villages where Arohana is working, and they seek to empower women and children in those communities by providing them some services in the form of education, women empowerment programs, entrepreneurship programs, sanitation. Yeah, so they have a lot of programs that they do, and mostly they are targeting women and children because these are some of the vulnerable groups in the society. Yeah, the main objective of Arohana is empowering women in the local community to make sure that they have money to take care of their family, and also to ensure that that disparity between the male and the female gender, it's lessened. Because once you empower the woman, once she has the money, then she's empowered to do other things, and she doesn't rely on the husband or the male in the house for everything.
Actually, we have 40 villages. We select 3 women farmers from each villages, and these 3 farmers are collecting milk from the milk pouring members. That means those who are having the cows, the ABG, that means activity based group members, they are collecting milk from the farmers, women farmers, and they are collecting, and they are maintaining. One person is collecting milk, and another one person will maintain the record, and another one person will help
measuring milk.
So 3 women are working as the ABG. ABG means activity based group members, and these 3 members we can select by according to the some skills like leadership skill, the communication, and their rapport between themselves and the farmers. Like that, we have to select the ABG in a correct manner.
As per our cultures, the women are not coming out of the home. So that's the first thing. We want to make the women from the villages to come out to make our collection. That's the first thing. Then we want to make them learn. For example, in certain villages, we are having our collection through machine. So we want to make them learn. There are so many parts in the machine, so we want to be patiently, we want to make them learn. That's only, by that only they can make the collection at the proper manner. By that they can gain an income also. For example, in the machine where we install, they can get the good earnings. So for throughout the year, for example, in case of agriculture, they are waged only for 6 months. But for milk collection, for throughout the year, they can get the earning for their family. So that's the main thing we are doing.
I think gradually the villages, the households are getting to know Arohana because it's a very competitive market, and mostly the farmers don't care about the brand behind the one collecting the milk. All they care about is the money, like they are being paid for it. They don't care who comes for the milk. But then we are trying to let them know what Arohana is about, and we are trying to also do that through our foundation, because the more they get in touch with Arohana Seva Foundation, then the more they know what we have for them. Because we don't want to use the traditional approach where we just go and buy the milk and go. But we want to see sustainable development in the villages. We all know that starting a social enterprise, especially where you are not focused on profit, is a big deal. And they are working hard. You could see it from the determination of the CEO and the other executives that they are really working hard to get it done, because it's a very competitive market that they are in with big players in the market, and they are a small company. So they are mostly having challenges with pricing issues. But then you can see from the determination of the CEO that they are determined to make it. And I think they've passed the 5-year threshold, which is a very significant period in the life of a startup, that after 5 years, you are still up and doing, you have staff you are paying. That means you are doing a good job. But then we all know that there are a few things that has to be tweaked. It's all part of the growing up process for a business. So I think the future is bright, just that a couple of things have to be done at a higher level for them to really progress on if they want to survive the next 5 years. Yeah. The challenge faced by social enterprise, I would have to say it's with the pricing, because they are not focused on profit. And even though they make profit, it's mostly channeled back in developing the communities that they are working in. But we know that for a normal enterprise, profit-making enterprise, they are looking at the price level where they can make optimum profit and then increase shareholder value. But here, the shareholders also involve the communities because they are a very integral part of our business ecosystem. So the main challenge, I think, is the profit, because we don't want to make more profit, and we also want to provide the best price for our community. So it's a very complicated, dicey issue. We have to buy the milk at a very competitive price, but we don't want to also put on so much profit, because if we sell it for a higher price, we might not get a buyer. So it's a very delicate issue, and that's, I think, the main difference between the social enterprise and the for-profit enterprises.
We are giving many training programs for women farmers related to dairy aspect. For example, dairy animal management course for our dairy farmers, and we are giving a national skill under the National Skill Development Corporation. We recently gave one training for 30 members. We gave relating to dairy farmer entrepreneur course. We provided, and we offer veterinary camp to the village. Many villages are not having the veterinary facilities, so we offered veterinary camp to our villages, and we offered educational program, and we offered scholarship for
educational camp, blood camp, like that.
Normally, women farmers are giving very good support to us, because many dairy companies are collecting milk from the villages, but Arohana is specially focused on only women farmers, so they are giving full support to us.
We are having competitors, but we are well and good and be stronger more than them to compete by giving them a good rate. In addition to which, we are making them to helps them to arrange loans by banks and other institutions. So we are giving them skill-based training. So by these advantages, we are be a top in this Tanjavur. Just by having be a profit, instead of profit, we want to have interaction with the people. Only by the help of the people we are developing. So we want to develop. We want to have a win-win strategy.
If you can win in India, you can win everywhere.
Really challenging communities which make Arohana to develop a day by day and time by time for both as per our objective, leading rural communities for the better tomorrow. That's it.
In Tamil Nadu.
Number one business, social enterprise
in Tamil Nadu,
in India, in world. This is our aim.